Yeah, so with me I have Emily Carver and Mata Nira. Um, Obviously, I want to give a lot of credit to Marshall. They are rolling right now and playing very very well at a high level. It's amazing what they've done all these games in a row, and I want to give a lot of credit to them. But I feel like, our team could have thrown the towel in down 19, and I just feel like that fight, that grit, that stick with it shows a lot about the character of our group. I've had a lot of fun coaching this group, and just, this kid sitting to my right is an amazing human being. She has bought in from the day I arrived on campus and just busted her tail. This woman to my left, we've been doing this a little bit longer together, and followed us up the mountain and has busted her tail and showed great leadership, both of them. A lot of memories have been made in this first season. I'm so thankful for this group of women who fought really hard. I feel like we have, turned the tide with App State women's basketball, and really excited for the future, and so thankful for the seniors that have worked really hard this season.
Okay, we'll open up now for questions. Go ahead.
David Rogers, Action Sports. Down 19 points with 7:29 to go in the game. Carver time, I guess. I mean, rolled a bunch of three-pointer. Just couldn't stay in the game long enough. And then Mora, picked up the slack. Talk about the stick-to-itness
Yeah.
at the end. The resilience.
Well, I think if you were to ask me how to describe Emily Carver, I would say resilient. Just tough, hard nose, flies around, crashes really hard, played with, refused to lose as a senior. And I would say the same thing about Mara. I mean, they both just stepped up. Kind of some amazing shots went in deep range, and then we were trapping, flying around. I don't know. I think we cut it to 7, and then just had a hard time getting over the hump. We just needed one more steal to kind of cut it to 2 possessions. But I like I said, I think adversity exposes who you really are as a team, and that was a lot of adversity. Down 19, playing for your lives. Great effort.
They had a significant advantage of points in the paint today and rebounding. Were they doing anything special that's different than what they've done in the past?
You know, um, we just Marshall does a great job of getting downhill. They spread you out. They've got shooters. It's hard to figure out, who you want to come off of, and they've got 2 great all conference players in CC Mays and the Hayes player, and I mean they just lead the charge with it. I thought they're a tough matchup. I thought we team defended okay. I thought obviously just way too many fouls. But we executed our scout, I thought, okay. I mean, we tried to help and wall up and rebounding. Obviously, we've got to be better. I think Marshall did a great job giving us one shot. We had a hard time cracking into the paint. But I just, like I said, Marshall's rolling. They're playing really well. And it'll be interesting to see what happens in their game tomorrow.
Emily, I've followed you for several years now at App State. Any final thoughts on your experience in your time here?
Yeah. I just want to say thank you to App State, to Doug, to everybody that's allowed me to play here for 4 years, and I've had a great experience on and off the court, and it's something that I'll carry with me forever. The connections I've made in the community, the connections I've made with coaches, I've learned a lot here, and I'm really excited that I got to spend all 4 years at App State. Even with a coaching change, I'm really glad that I stayed here.
And then just for both the players, just to kind of reflect on that, obviously it's hard to summarize the whole season after a game like that. But what has this season meant to you personally, and how did you both feel like you grew this year?
Obviously, I don't think it was an easy season for the team or personally. I think the season consists on 3 different seasons: non-conference, conference, and then the tournament. I think we struggled a little bit in non-conference, and then we started really good in conference. And we were obviously struggling the last couple of games. And I came here to the game today, and I thought it was a new whole season, so you don't know what's gonna happen. We were not thinking about what was happening in the past, and we didn't get the result we wanted. But I think we competed the best out of the last couple of games that we've had, and you can see that we wanted it and that we were able to do anything that we had to win.
Yeah, I agree. I think throughout the entire season, we never quit, no matter wins or losses. We came back into practice the next day ready to go. And just reflecting on my teammates, I'm so thankful for every single one that was around me. They're all picking me up every single time, no matter what. And I think this was the most close-knit group we've had so far, and it was a great way to go out.
And then, Coach, a question for you. Where do you feel like, you know, in your first year, the culture and just the program as a whole, you know, how do you feel like you saw it grow throughout the season?
Yeah, App State women's basketball will be forever indebted to this team. You know, I think that a lot of people say, oh, you just have to scrap it together and you got the job late. But I think that we were able to lay the foundation for what we want our culture to be. We say all the time, team 'em. And you can see it by assists. You can see it by how we share the ball, how we support each other. Like Emily Carver said, I mean, you know, this will be one of my favorite teams I've ever coached just because of how exactly what Emily said. I mean, we can lose a basketball game, lose 2 basketball games, and they just kept showing up, willing to work, willing to compete, buy in, whatever, you know, and Emily Carver is a perfect example of whatever you need me to do to win a basketball game, and that matters. And your returners, they see that, they learn that, and then you carry it into the future.